Good afternoon, everybody. This is Leo here, CEO and founder of 𝗨𝗧𝗨𝗘𝗠𝗓 Educations. Welcome to my podcast. And in today's podcast, I have here with me Mr. Umar. Umar is one of our students from our job coaching program and recently has achieved a very good professional job after joining our job coaching program. And I'm very, very happy for him. And the reason I'm bringing him on today is so that he can share with you his journey with our program, what has he learned, and also he can share with you some of the lessons along the way that hopefully you guys can take it on and can benefit yourself in your journey in finding professional job. But before we start, Umar, thank you for doing this. Yeah, Umar?
Yeah, no, it's Leo.
Yeah. So Umar, for those who don't know about you, man, can you quickly introduce yourself in like 5 to 6 sentences? Who are you? What did you study? And where are you living right now?
My name is Umar, as you know. So I did my bachelor's back in India and I moved to Australia in 2018 to pursue my master's. I did my master's from Deakin University, like in mechanical designing and engineering management. And I completed my master's during the COVID, during the lockdown time. So after that, I've been looking on for jobs and it was very hard for me to find a job. Then I met Leo and everything became easy.
Okay, so we hold up for now. That's good. Now tell me, so you came here in, say, 2018, right?
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the first job that you do when you first came here?
I was working in a fish and chip shop as like a kitchen hand.
Oh, okay, cool.
I worked there for like
I
worked in different fish and chip shops. Like I was working in fish and chip shops like 2020 till 2021. You know, like almost 2 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
More than 2 years. Yeah.
Yes. Is it because you cannot find the professional job, that's why you have to settle for the odd job? Or
yeah, I was not able to find. I was applying online, but I was not getting any response, so I was just going with odd jobs.
I got you. So is it the only odd job that you did, or is there any other odd job you did?
There are many other odd jobs. I've done like cleaning. I've done Uber Eats. I do Uber Eats sometimes, you know, and I was working as a production operator as well for like a couple of months. I've done many odd jobs in Australia.
Wow. And obviously it was not easy, I guess, to come here with a lot of hopes and dreams and be stuck in the odd job. How does that make you feel when you have to do the job that you don't really like? How does that make you feel?
It was really like depressing. You know, I was in depression. I was not able to find a job after my master's. I have to do these odd jobs. What's the point of me doing masters, coming to Australia? Sometimes I felt like a loser, you know.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. And it makes you very depressed. And
yeah,
obviously I think that's the feeling that a lot of students went through. Now tell us, like, roughly how many jobs you think you have been applying before you came to meet me? Like, roughly how many?
Might be 200, 250.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot, man. That's like,
yeah.
And how many, and out of those 250, like how many interviews you think you've got from those 250?
Like not even one interview. Like some people don't even send the rejection emails, you know, they just ghost you.
That's it. That's the worst part, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't even tell you why they don't want you.
Yeah.
I got you. So which year did you graduated from Deakin? Which year?
2020, July. Yeah, in 2020 July.
July 2020. Okay. So obviously from July 2020 up until you met me, which is, when did you come and join us? Which month did you join us?
March, in the month of March.
Until March of this year. So
yeah,
that was nearly 2 years.
Nearly 2 years, yeah.
Nearly 2 years. And within that 2 years, I guess there were many times you feel like very depressed and difficult, right?
Yep.
Got you. So obviously, if we talk about the mistakes that you make, there are many mistakes I think you realize, but only after you joining us. So what would you think were the maybe top 3 mistakes that you think you committed during those 2 years of applying? What was the mistakes?
The first mistake I think was the people around me, because when I came to Australia, so everyone, my seniors, my roommates were like, you can't get a job here, you need a PR, you need local experience, it's hard to get a job. So, mentally I was like, oh, I can't get a job. So I think that was one of my first mistake, which I overcome after joining your program. The second mistake was not following up. I used to just apply on Seek, LinkedIn, and just forget it. And I was just waiting for them to call me for an interview. I never followed up. And the third one, I never did like cold calling. So I think that's one thing which I never did. Then when I started doing cold calling, I started getting good positive responses. So yeah.
Got you. So you talk about the first point. I think is very important. You talk about the people that you surround yourself with, right? Because if you surround yourself with not good people, they will pull you down, rather than lift you up, right? So that's important. Tell them about how I actually change your mindset. Like, how does this job coaching program really fix your mindset?
It's this job coaching program not only like it does not concentrate on getting a job, it also like mentally prepares you. It helped me a lot, because I thought I need a PR, I need a local work experience, but when after talking to Leo, the way he talks, the way he motivates you will completely change the way you think.
Obviously, because I remember when I first talked with you, you were very I feel like a bit like struggling, but really struggling, and you don't really believe that in yourself a lot. And I think that
I still remember when you first called me, I had already booked my tickets to India. I think you know that. I was in India when that was like one-way ticket, to be honest. I was not planning to come back.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I talked to you and when you assured me that there is still chance of me getting a job, that's when I came back again to Australia.
Wow. Now I'm glad we play a part here, because you reminded me of Aditya. Same with Aditya. Same story with him.
Yeah, I think you remember me when you called me first. I told you I'm going to India, and I think most of the classes I attended from India, because I had no plans to come back. But once I started attending the classes, I started getting some hope from you. So I just came back and started applying. And after coming back, I think within 15 days, I just got 2 interviews.
Which is very fast, which is very good.
Fast,
compared to all the jobs you applied before, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the program itself. So for those who do not know about what this job coaching program is about, like, can you quickly summarize them so they have a bit of idea what will they get themselves into?
So this job coaching program is really good. It teaches you not only how to apply jobs, how to follow up, how to do cold callings. It tells you the secrets of industries which other people don't tell you, because like, as you say, most of the jobs are not advertised, So this job coaching program teaches you how to find those jobs, how to build networks, how to, apply for those jobs.
I got you. And obviously, the part you talk about, the not advertised part, I think that is something that you also experience firsthand as well, right? Tell them about how come some of the jobs you actually got interviewed was actually not advertised. Can you walk them through?
So the first 2 jobs I got interviewed was not advertised. It was just through cold calling. The first job, like I got interviewed and they told me to start, but I didn't like the company, so that's why I didn't start. And the second job also was through cold calling, and which was not advertised. So I got interviewed, but due to some problems with the higher management, they had stopped the hiring. So that's how I didn't get that job. But both the jobs were through cold calling and were not advertised anywhere. So that's the power of cold calling and non-advertised jobs.
Yeah, exactly right. And do you think that you know how to cold call before this program? Do you know?
No. To be honest, no. I came to know it after meeting you, Leo, and joining this program.
Yeah, because it's actually a very scary thing to do if you think about it.
To be honest, I was really scared on starting to do cold calls. I was like, what if the people are on the other side just hung up or shout at me, like, so, but yeah, you were there, and it went good.
Yes, and I think the more you practice, then I can see that your confidence grow, and I can see that you start to articulate yourself a lot better.
Yeah.
And tell them about the Coco script, Umar, because obviously I give you the script as well. Does the script really help you
to
ask
really
the right
helps.
question?
So there are 3 different scripts which Leo gives us, because for different types of cold callings. And if you follow the script and if you ask the questions what are on the script, you will definitely get your answers, and definitely you get a positive result.
That's right. And I think that it does help you in landing a few interviews as well.
And the script also tries helps you to overcome rejections on the phone call as well.
Got you. Because rejection is one of the things I think that not just you, but every students they are scared of, right? Is that no from the employer. And all this reception is stopping them from talking to the hiring manager.
So the script also teaches you how to overtake the receptionist and go to the hiring manager or speak directly to the engineering manager.
Got you. So we talk about Coco. Tell them the importance of follow-up, Umar, because obviously before this program, you didn't really follow up with the employer. How important is following up in landing your professional job?
It's really important. That's the one of the biggest mistake I've been doing till now. I was applying and just leaving for the employers to call me back. Follow-up is really important. Even this job which I got after following up around 5 to 6 times with the employer. So then I got a positive outcome. So it's really important, it's really important to keep reminding the employer, because he'll be having thousands of applications, and he might not even look at your application. So if you're reminding him, following up, so he might have a look at your application and he might call you for an interview,
Got you. Now I think some of the viewers, they might have some misunderstanding here, because they might think that you are already a permanent resident. You're not a PR yet, right?
No, not. I'm on my work visa. So that's one of the misconception people have, that you need PR and work experience to get a job, which is not true. Even I came to know that after joining Leo's program. You don't need a PR to get a job in Australia.
That's right. So guys, if you're watching this, if you see how Umar has become so successful, it should be an inspiration for you guys to show you what is possible. Because same like you, before this program, Umar also have this misconception. I call it misconception, because the society kind of brainwash him, and his friend, his surrounding brainwash him to make him think the wrong thing. But obviously through our program, he changed his mind. Okay, so maybe last 2 questions here, Umar, is for those who are curious, how do you get this job? Can you just walk them through what was the process you got to get this job?
This job was actually advertised on 𝗓𝗡. I applied on 𝗓𝗡, but not just applying on 𝗓𝗡, follow-ups. I did a lot of follow-ups. I used to call the employer 2 times in a week just to follow up. Then I had 2 rounds of interview. First round was with the HR round, the screening, and the second one was with the engineering manager. So everything went well. One thing I want to say here is about the gifts which we take to the manager. That's really important, that plays a it's just token of appreciation, your way of showing the appreciation to the manager or the HR, that for the time which they give us. So
but it really changed the dynamic of the interview.
It changed the dynamics, as you say, because they need to like us, and they need to trust us, like you say. We need to make them to like us and trust us.
So for those who are watching this, what I did was I actually prepared Umar very well for the interview. So I told him what to say, what question to ask, but also I told Umar to buy a gift to bring it to the employer. Were you shocked at first when I told you about that idea?
I was shocked.
What the hell is this?
What the hell? Who does that? But but after doing it for the first time, I saw the difference. People like it.
That's right. Because obviously it changed the dynamic, as I mentioned, and they look at you in a different light, right? Tell them about the CV and the cover letter as well, Umar. How much we have helped you to make a very beautiful CV. Does that play an important role?
That really plays an important role, because because most of the employers use the software, some ATS, for your CV. But after Leo making my CV, my CV was being picked up by the recruiters and the HR, because I used to get notification on 𝗓𝗡 and Indeed that people have seen my application and my CV. Before, I never used to get that, and also Leo and his team is really good. So whenever I used to send them like I need a CV for this job ad, so I used to get immediate reply and immediate feedback on my CV, and my CV they used to fix my CV as soon as possible so that I can apply for that job.
Yeah. And I guess do you see any other people doing similar things like?
Usually people do, like they give you one CV and they tell you to apply for all the jobs. There are a few people who do that, but Leo and his team is not like that. They customize the CV for each job.
Got you. So tell us about this role. So what exactly the role is about, and what you're going to do exactly for this role?
So this role is like a junior mechanical engineer, project based. So I'll be working on different projects. So there are a few different projects which they told me on in my interview, which I'll be working on as a mechanical project engineer.
Beautiful. Got you. So I'm very pleased, and I hope that this is a good start. Now, there's actually another job pending for you as well, Umar, right?
Yeah, I interviewed for that.
Tell them about that. That's another very beautiful role.
That was one more thing, which is called like walk-in. You just walk into the office of the employer. So I applied for this job and I spoke to the employer on the phone, and he was like really keen to meet me, but he didn't give me an appointment. Then I think this week on Wednesday I just walked in and he was like, yeah man, I forgot to call you because I was sick. I just returned today. I was about to call you. So yeah, it was just a walk in, and he immediately took my interview. He immediately took my interview and he told he'll get back to me. So that's one more job which is happening. I'm not sure when I'll get a call from him, but yeah.
But at least you have this one secure.
I have this one secure. Yeah.
I have this question all the time, Umar. Is people, they usually confuse my professional year before. Have you heard about the professional year?
Yeah.
My program is the same as PY, or they're different from professional year?
It's different from professional year, because I have heard a lot about professional year. It's just like money making, in professional year. It doesn't help you anyway, but Leo's program is totally different. I think there's no other program like Leo's program. I've heard of a lot of people doing this, but not like what Leo does. It's totally different. It's nothing similar to professional year.
Yeah, because it's important to know that, because I understand that people usually they have to pay, I think, about 15 grand.
Yeah, 14 to 15 grand. Yeah, that's simply like money making program or something. I don't know.
And that's crazy. And they only have 3 months internship. Yeah, and it's not even a guarantee that they will get it.
And it's unpaid internship. I guess it's not even paid.
Yeah. It's unpaid. Absolutely. So and for you, like what package? Because they might be curious. What package do you go with us? Which option?
I went with the second. I think it was.
So obviously, do you think that was one of the best investment you ever done in yourself?
Definitely. That was one of the best investment till now in Australia.
In Australia. Last question here, Umar. For those who's watching this and they are considering to join our job coaching program, like, would you recommend them to join? And if yes, why do you think they should invest in themselves in this program?
Definitely, I'll recommend people to join your program because they are in safe hands. Because you can just close your eyes blindly and do whatever Leo says, and you will get the job. I can assure you that, because I have done that and I got a job. So
Yeah. And tell them how about the job ad say it requires 5 years, but when
the job ad said it requires 5 years of experience, and when we called the employer, he was like, yeah, that's fine. I told him I have 2 years of experience like overseas and in Australia, so he was like, yeah, fine, it doesn't matter, and we need a person who can do the job. It doesn't matter 2 years or 5 years.
Wow. So that is another thing.
And when we called him, he also said that nowadays no one calls, they just apply online and no one calls to follow up or ask about the job. So yeah,
that's really good, huh? It's good that we actually call them, and but again, that's what we do. Is that we show you how to approach the employer directly, not through a website or through another like third-party channel. Just go straight to the point. So thank you so much, Umar, and I wish you best of luck.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
so happy.
Right?
I'm telling you, man. Tell your family too. Yeah, I think they must be happy.
They are really happy. I told them yesterday, like they're really happy, because they wanted me to come back. They told, if you don't get a job, stop wasting your time and just come back. to India.
Okay, so I think I saved yourself right there. And please tell your friends about us, Umar, so we can help more people like you. You know,
because you and I want people to get jobs, even I want to help them. So definitely, I'll recommend them to join your program.
Sure, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, you take care. We'll stay in touch.
Thank you, Leo.
Bye, Umar.
Bye. Thank you so much.